next area of low pressure has started to move into the plains, delivering some snow into places like Deadwood, South Dakota. You can see that fresh coating of snow on the ground. The roads look to be okay at this point in time. And I guess if you live out towards the Black Hills of South Dakota, you're probably pretty used to these quick-moving systems delivering some light to moderate snow. Here's roughly in the Deadwood, South Dakota area out towards Spearfish and Sturgis, the I-90 corridor over towards Rapid City. You can see the area of light to moderate snow. We can look at how much snow has fallen here over the last 6 hours. In fact, let's use the last 12 hours for good measure. You can see some of those snow totals to the north of places like Sturgis and Spearfish. We're right around 3 inches. For the I-90 corridor itself, Sturgis, Rapid City, and to the east, we're at around 1 inch to maybe 2 inches tops. So not a ton of snow, but there could be a few slippery spots depending on how quickly all of that snow is kind of cleared off. So as always, it's best just to be extra careful when you're driving through these areas. This low pressure system is starting to push snow across parts of eastern South Dakota as well, over towards the Sioux Falls area of I-90. There could be some more snow here. We got some snow yesterday, so this is snow on top of snow. Over towards the I-29 corridor, though, between Sioux Falls and Sioux City, we're getting some snow. And then into northern Nebraska as well. And as we back things out even a little bit more into North Dakota, there are some areas of light snow out towards Bismarck and Fargo. Nationally, that is one of our systems, which will be impactful because it's going to swing through parts of the plains and then through the Ohio Valley in the Midwest and then into the Northeast. That's going to deliver winter weather with it as it moves through these areas. So although the Northeast at the moment, we have a decent system swinging through here too. We're getting some lake effect snow on the backside of this low in the Great Lakes. The low pressure system itself looks to be centered pretty close to somewhere between Toronto and Buffalo, and heavy system snow out across much of New York, not including New York City, and a lot of Pennsylvania as well. So this is our first system that will continue to push through tonight. So we'll look to pick up some snow across the eastern tier of New York into places like Boston and Maine, and then the southern half of this system producing some light to moderate rain across parts of southern PA and West Virginia. So once this system clears out, that one back into the plains will be moving through. The rest of us are pretty clear at the moment. Looking at the Gulf of Mexico, though, this is an area that we're watching for additional heavy rain to develop. There's still a lot of Pacific moisture back in the Pacific that's in the process of crossing through Mexico, starting to make its way into deep South Texas, but all of this will get drawn in overnight into tomorrow and bring us the potential for some heavy rain for Friday and Saturday for places like Houston and Corpus Christi and New Orleans. And then this rain will move across into Florida by the time we get to especially Saturday, Sunday. Could be a little bit on the rainy side there. And then we also have the cold front that will be dropping through parts of the lower Mississippi Valley that could give us some storms into tomorrow. But as of now, these areas are clear. It's warm, it's dry, maybe a little bit breezy. We also, too, have what's happening in the west. From northern California into Nevada, Utah, Colorado, we have some bursts of rain, maybe a little bit of light snow. But really, everything's going to start ramping up for California into tomorrow. Up through the northwest as well, the Cascades, some areas of light snow, and the I-84 corridor over towards Hood River, a spot to watch for some slippery areas. And then over from Spokane to Missoula, maybe even as far east as Great Falls, some areas of light to moderate snow, possibly making for some slippery driving here and there, so please be careful. We want to talk more about the snow coming through the Northeast and the energy that this low pressure is creating. Some choppy waves out there on the lakes.
Yeah, choppy waves, rough surf up towards Irving, New York. We have a bit of a disturbance moving on through in this area, giving us these impacts. It's not particularly obvious. It's a subtle short wave is what we call it. It's essentially a little ripple in the wave, in the main flow here. So you see a little ripple coming on through. And that gives us energy, gives us lift in the atmosphere here, and it squeezes out snow. We do have winter storm warnings from Oswego up through Watertown. Utica under winter storm warnings now. This doesn't include the Tug Hill Plateau. Syracuse under winter weather advisories. You go up towards Burlington. Burlington itself, up towards the Champlain Valley, not under those winter weather advisories, but just to the east you are. Rutland is, Berlin of northern New Hampshire, and inwards areas of Maine, all under these winter weather advisories, as we will see some more significant snow moving on through over the next 48 hours or so. We also do have a lot of wind energy with this system, and so we do have wind alerts all the way from Toledo, Ohio, across Lake Erie through Buffalo, up into areas of upstate New York, clear across now towards New England. It does include areas out towards Nantucket and the islands there, also the Allegheny Mountains, Harrisburg, the capital, under these wind alert. So a lot of wind energy here. It's going to be mainly a rain event further towards the south for folks at Harrisburg going out towards Philadelphia. Could be a quick burst of snow moving through New York City by late Thursday night, something we'll watch. And then a quick burst of snow moving through Boston down towards southern New England. Where we see a residual snow is going to be further towards the northern New England, and towards Vermont and Maine. But by Friday evening, we are looking at things quieting down. The one caveat is that we still may see some of this great lake effect snow machine kind of kicking up as we see colder air moving on over the same area. But we will also be looking at another system then arriving. Kara kind of detailed it to you. And that will be bringing more precipitation, but colder air with this one allows snow to fall for Philadelphia. Philadelphia now under a winter weather advisory. So too is all of South Jersey, much of the Delmarva Peninsula, including the northern two counties of Delaware. And then winter storm watches out towards the mountains of West Virginia and the state of Virginia as the system moves on through. This is going to be our second system. Again, you can see the snow now is much further south, including areas like Philly. Baltimore, D.C. could be close for accumulating snow as well. Continuing to track this, but we also do want to keep an eye out towards Amarillo, Texas, because, well, we're going to be watching for some changing and fluctuating temperatures back towards this area.
Yeah, it looks really nice out there right now. Just a little bit of cloud cover, but clear views out there of the blue sky. A lot of blue sky out there in the plains. But it is going to be much cooler. We've had some warm weather as of late, but this low pressure system, even though it's skirting to the east, is going to help drag down some cold air as far south as the I-40 corridor. So temperatures, there's still the cold air locked up into Canada, but all of that is going to eventually drain south. We're already starting to see some of those impacts of the temporary cool down. Kearney, Kansas City, anywhere from 18 to 25 degrees colder than at this point yesterday. And that really cold air, well, it's locked up into Canada, spilling over into the northern tier of Montana, where wind chill alerts are in effect through early tomorrow morning. These could get down pretty low out towards places like Bismarck, Great Falls, -15 to -20 to start our Friday.